Hello guys, welcome to another video. In today's video I will be showing you optimal settings for 1080p and 4K recording with OBS Studio. And without further ado, let's get right into the video so that you guys can get recording as soon as possible in the best quality possible for your computer. So first of all, we're gonna go into settings right here and we're gonna go to general. Here, this is just personal settings, so it's not very important what you do here. The most important part of the video is here in output and in recording. Obviously, this is streaming. The bitrate is according to your upload speed, so I'll explain that in a different video if you guys want to. We're gonna focus on recording. Here in recording, you see these are my settings, and these settings have been giving me the most optimal usage of my CPU and quality so that games look smooth but they are in good quality. As you can see, first thing is the recording pad. This is just where your videos are going to be saved. So choose any place. I recommend the desktop in a folder so that they're really easy to access. But here you're gonna have a general file name without space. I just have that unchecked, and you want to have recording format as MP4. This is the easiest format to work with any other type of software such as Sony Vegas Pro, um, Adobe Premiere, and After Effects. Like, I'm just naming out programs, and you're gonna select one audio track unless you want to have more audio tracks such as music in the background and stuff, but that's only if you want music, and that you can literally add music in the editing softwares. And here it is important that you use the optimal encoder for your GPU. So if you have an NVIDIA GPU, you're gonna have a selection tab here, and you're gonna select NVENC H.264. You're gonna have different encoder as well, but you're gonna select this for NVIDIA uh, graphics card, and if you have an AMD Radeon graphics card, you're gonna have a different encoder. It's gonna be the first selection right. If you open this, it's gonna be the first selection, and it's gonna be like AMD or Radeon, something like that. Now here is the scale of your monitor, and if you want to record in 4K but you only have a 1920 by 1080 uh, screen monitor, then you can rescale the output to be a 4K resolution. Although I do not recommend this really. It will record a 4K image for you, but I would just stay with the default setting for this. And now we're gonna go into this tab here. Now rate control, you're gonna select CBR. The bitrate. Now the bitrate will be a challenging rate to calculate, because if you go too high, your games will not look smooth, but the quality will be good. You don't want that. You want them to look decent and run smooth at the same time. So while you're recording a game, you can go into OBS and see your CPU, and if it's really high in like the 30s or like even more, you would want to put the bitrate down, but my bitrate is 80,000. I have calculated it um, on this online calculation thing, but I can leave a link to it in the description down below. And you're gonna set the preset to default, although you can set it to any other preset. I think this kind of changes a lot because I used to have it on high quality and it didn't really change the quality, but it did slow down my computer, and I didn't like that, so I just left it at default. You're gonna leave the profile on main and the level on auto, so it selects everything on itself, and you're gonna use 2-pass encoding, and I just set the GPU to 0 so it does not record with my GPU. I think that's what it's all about. Now audio, this is just optimal settings that I just left. Actually no, you start with 48, but I'm gonna switch it to 44.1 kilohertz. And here you can see these are my settings. You can set your settings to this also. And next we're gonna go into video. Here you can set your common FPS values to 60. You're gonna have an option to set it to 30, but in these days I think 60 FPS is more valid for YouTube, so I recommend you leave it or put it up to 60, and you're gonna leave your output resolution at default because that's the screen resolution of your monitor and it's just the best option. Next is the hotkeys. The hotkeys are basically keys that you can use when you're in game and you don't want to switch to OBS. Here you can see like you can start streaming if you press a key and then finish it without going to OBS and clicking stop stream, so like people can see whatever your main screen, but you can also eliminate that by just selecting scenes and sources and just limiting it to the game. And you could just set these to whatever you want. And advanced, this is what you set it to be the optimal. Here in Video Renderer, Direct 3D 11, NV12, and here you're gonna have an option to select a different color space. I selected the higher one, it's just shows more vibrant colors. And here, as you can see, you can set stream delay, so if you do something, if your like credit card or something gets leaked, you can stop it, and you have 20 seconds to stop it, and it's not gonna show up if you stop it before 20 seconds. So I recommend you enable this if you're streaming. And this is just automatically reconnect. Now I'm gonna show you also how to work with scenes and sources. So here you can see I have a lot of scenes and sources, and you just basically want to click this and create a scene. Just for the sake of the video, I will create a scene and name it video. And after you create a scene, as you can see, your screen went black. But now I'm gonna go back to I'm gonna go back to this so you guys can see me and see what I'm doing. And here in video, you can click here on the plus to add more sources, and this depends on what you want to do, because you can do game capture, and if you do game capture, I'll do it for Windows main menu. I'm gonna add a game capture, and now here you can name the game capture. After that, it will ask you to select a window that is open, and it will only record that window, so that if you go to your like Windows main menu, it will not show that. It will stay in the game and will record the game. And whenever you're recording a different game, you can select a different screen so that it just fits for that game. I hope you guys enjoyed this short video. I hope it was helpful and that you guys learned something new. And if you guys want more of these kind of tutorial videos, let me know down in the comments down below. And I hope you have a nice day. Goodbye.